Hey, welcome to Cheaper Jeeper TV, the show that helps you get the most for your money so that you get the most for your Jeep. I'm Dino, your host. Glad to see you here. You were probably expecting to see a winter camping activities video, but that didn't come to be, and I'll explain later in this video. But we will discuss in this video how we have the 3,000 subscriber appreciation draw, so you want to pay attention so you can enter that. And in this week's video, we're going to talk about the exclusive DIY custom kitchen chuck box that will fit under the Cheaper Jeeper sleeping camping platform. Come join us. Well, I was hoping to be able to show you a winter camping activities video, but then just as I finished purchasing all my food and finished packing everything, and I was videotaping me closing the tailgate saying, okay, I'm ready to go, this happened. Well, I just finished packing and I received a phone call. True story.
Restrictions set out by the province and local public health units, the Ministry of the Environment, Conservation and Parks is extending the temporary closure of campground and backcountry campsites and route accommodations, including cabins, yurts, and cottages at all Ontario parks for arrivals up to and including March 8th. As a result, your reservation has been automatically canceled and you will receive a full refund with no penalty. There is no need to contact Ontario Parks to receive your refund. Please allow up to 10 business days for your refund to appear on your credit card statement. We understand that these cancellations will affect your winter plans. We apologize.
Well, these are the times that we're in, and we have to be patient.
And understanding during these challenging times. Please continue to visit.
So my apologies, but the winter camping activities video will have to be postponed, and I'll have to move on to the next video. And thanks for your patience. I was all packed. Okay, next time. Oh well, I guess you just gotta go with the flow. And so we'll do that later on. I already scheduled a camping trip. Hopefully when the restrictions ease up, we'll be able to get in then. But let's talk about our 3,000 subscriber appreciation gift draw. Well, it was only 2 months ago in our Fix Your Jeep with Your Phone video when we announced the winners of our 2,000 subscriber appreciation gift draw. Ken from Ohio sent us pictures of how well he used his prize. Scott from Brantford showed us some before and after pictures, and his dog Cooper approves. And then Charles from Whistler's applied it to his engine bay cleaning, and he also used Totally Awesome as covered in our engine bay cleaning video. Thanks for the feedback, guys. And now let's talk about how you could win your prize in our 3,000 subscriber appreciation gift draw. The 3,000 subscriber appreciation gift draw will run very similar to the last draw, except in this draw the prizes were donated by our friends at Motor City Chrysler. You can see the 3 amazing Jeep hats available for the prize. And thank you again to Motor City Chrysler for your generosity. I'll put a link in the description that'll explain the rules, but essentially as a subscriber you just have to email the website and give me some of your ideas of what you'd like to see, and that's it. You'll be entered into the draw, and I'll be announcing the winners in our next week's video. Now in terms of subscribing, let me help you with that. Right down here, let me help you some more. There you go. So as you can see here, you can click on the little thumbs up signal to indicate that you like the video. Apparently if subscribers do that, it sort of helps the channel. It's part of the algorithm of sorts. So if you do appreciate anything in the video, if you want to give it a thumbs up, that would be appreciated. But if you move over and click on that little red subscriber button, That'll allow you to be subscribed, and when you click on the alert bell, you'll be notified when the next video comes out. Okay, that's it for that, and now let's get on with this video where we're going to talk about the exclusive custom DIY kitchen chuck box that will fit underneath the Cheaper Jeeper TV sleeping camping platform. I know a number of you have appreciated the cost efficiency of this style and the flexibility of this style of sleeping camping platform, and to go along with the theme of efficiency, we're going to design a chuck box that will fit in this space. In last week's episode, I talked about how the other chuck box I designed, as flexible and awesome as it is with all the surface and the swing out compartments and everything, it was a little bit too big, and I wanted to make one that will fit in this space. So that's what we're going to do. So let's get started. So when you design one of these, there's a couple of things you have to take into consideration. The space that you want to use and the equipment that you have. For example, this is the Woods camping stove that I like to use. It won't fit widthwise in the space I have available here, but it will fit lengthwise. So my design for the chuck box will take that into consideration. My other stove, my Coleman naphtha stove, it would fit in a widthwise orientation, so I could design a chuck box with that stove in mind to fit widthwise. But what we're going to do is we're going to go on the computer and look at some ideas on how to fit the kitchen chuck box to go in lengthwise, and with the space available, make another box for storage, and they will be custom to fit this space exactly. I was considering using some plastic tubs for things, but then they're odd shapes and they don't use all the space. I was considering using some slider to make drawers, but then those sliders take up space and it's a lot of work too. So in the spirit of efficiency and simplicity, we're going to have a look at this design. Let's have a look now. Using SketchUp, we could look at our model and see the space that we're talking about underneath the rear platform. For measurements, the space is 30 3/4 inches deep, 22.5 inches wide, and 9 inches tall. Here it is in real life during the assembly. And you could see here that we have a problem, as the cross support pieces that are meant to slide in and out so that it would provide support for the pillow extensions are extending into the storage area that we're working on. Now, extension number 2 isn't an issue because it doesn't have to be extending into that area. It could just be secured with a clamp at the front and one at the back. But extension pieces 1 and 3 are needed for the pillow piece extensions. So a quick solution for that would be, for piece number 1, just move the slot over a little bit so it doesn't protrude into the storage area, and the same for number 3. If number 3 is on too much of an angle, we can come up with a solution at the pillow extension area. This is the area that we have to take into consideration, and this is the propane stove that we wish to use and its related dimensions. So we'll round up to the nearest inch in our design for the chuck box. To have made one large chuck box would have been too heavy, so we've got the chuck box that will fit the stove that we want to use, and the remaining space could be used as a food box. There's enough height in the box to put a platform and raise the propane stove up and use the space below it for storage. We can have the top flip over to make an extra shelf, and the front can flip down as well. The stove could be mounted on the left of the box or even on the right side of the box, whichever is your preference. The lid could flip over to the left and the front could flip down, and a string could hold the front shelf, but the side shelf could be held in place with a bracket or a pole. With the stove on the left or the right, you have to be cognizant of your propane gas line or tank. So let's have a look at all the items we'd like to put into our chuck box to scale. We've got the stove, the propane tank, the frying pan, the coffee pot or kettle, a couple plates and napkins, a couple mugs, some cutlery, even a roll to put the cutlery, and a cutting board. So all these items can go into the chuck box. Let's have a look. So there you see the camp stove with the frying pan below and the cutting board underneath. The cutlery is laid out front, but that would get placed underneath. And then as we look to the space on the side, you can see the propane tank, the coffee pot, and a couple mugs there. So that shouldn't be too heavy. It has all the important things that will be ready when you're going camping. So this will already be packed for your next trip. You just have to make sure you pack the food box. Hopefully that makes things a little more efficient when you're going camping. Everything will fit inside the Jeep and you don't have a bunch of stuff hanging off on the cargo tray or on the roof. And this is all thanks to the convenient storage that's located underneath the Cheaper Jeeper TV sleeping camping platform. Well, I hope that you found that interesting. Now let's move on to this week's tip segment. Now for some Cheaper Jeeper tips. This week's tip has to do with the type of stove you use if you choose to go winter camping. A stove like this Coleman naphtha fuel stove is a good choice because you can pump in the fuel pressure yourself manually. Whereas when you use a propane stove, in the cold, the pressure of the gas will be reduced and you may have problems igniting the flame. But if you've been watching the Cheaper Jeeper TV Winter Camping Series, you'll see how you could design a portable diesel heater in a box to help keep your Jeep and tent warm. That would make using a propane stove when you're winter camping a non-issue. Oh, that was pretty cool. Now let's hear from our subscribers. And now for subscribers' tips. Hey, Cheaper Jeeper TV. I rented a $46,000 Jeep Gladiator. The defroster is useless. If you have frost, snow, or ice, forget it. You can't see. Jeep needs to fix that. Signed, Chris. Hey, Chris. I've heard from you and a few others after watching the windshield defrost hack video. In fact, I'm currently working on a follow-up to that with some other hacks that you might be interested in. Thank you for your tip, and if any others of you out there have any tips that you'd like to share, please feel free to put them in the comments section below and we could possibly use them in another video. Thank you very much. Hey, well that's it for this week's episode of Cheaper Jeeper TV. I hope that you found it interesting. Do not forget to enter the 3,000 subscriber appreciation draw and we'll announce the winners in next week's video. Until the next time, I'm Dino for Cheaper Jeeper TV. Be well, stay safe, take care.